Welcome, dear viewer, to the Twisted Nightmare Studio. Today, I'm not doing a quick take or twisted take. No, today I'm going to talk to you about the Game of the Year award. See, I was actually surprised to hear, because I don't watch award shows. That's not my thing. I find it boring. I haven't watched the Oscars since I was a kid, and I don't watch game award shows. That's, again, just not my thing. But I was surprised to hear that Elden Ring won Game of the Year. I was absolutely sure that God of War Ragnarok was going to win. Now, don't mistake me and think that I believe Ragnarok should have won. To the contrary, I am actually glad that Elden Ring won. Because, truth be told, I think I had way more fun playing it than I did playing Ragnarok. Don't get me wrong. The story from Ragnarok is appropriately spoon-fed to me so that I don't miss anything. Hell, the game beats you over the head with its symbolism and it's just annoying. As I said in my quick take, I felt that this was an Oscar bait God of War game. And while Christopher Judge came away with an award, rightfully earned, the fact that it failed to reach Game of the Year was actually very comforting to me. Do not get me wrong, I really did enjoy my time playing through God of War Ragnarok, and I will go back and play through it again one day, but it'll probably be a little while. I hate the end of stories because they always involve having to say goodbye, and I wasn't ready to say goodbye to this version of Kratos yet, nor was I willing to say goodbye to Atreus. That being said, the story was the best part of the game. The gameplay, on the other hand, was, well, familiar for the most part. Yes, they added in new elements to make it feel fresh, but it just felt more like a God of War from 2018, with a little bit more mobility thrown in to make it feel like the older God of War. For some, that is perfect, but it all comes down to fun factor, and I just felt I had more fun playing Elden Ring. Hell, the first thing I did after beating Elden Ring was go through and beat it again. The last thing I wanted to do after I finished God of War Ragnarok was to go through it again. Maybe if it had had a New Game Plus from the beginning, I would have dived in to see how much of my abilities I would have been able to keep. But they don't even have that set up. So, you would just start from the beginning and have the same experience over again with no variation. God of War Ragnarok had its fun, but I felt that I enjoyed Elden Ring so much more, and have put way more hours into it than I probably ever will put into Ragnarok. It has more replay value than Ragnarok does as well. You can try multiple different builds. Once you unlock everything as Kratos, that's it. That's all you have. It gives a replay factor to Elden Ring that I just feel Ragnarok lacks. Even in New Game Plus, if they add a New Game Plus into God of War Ragnarok, you're still only going to have, throughout the entire game, 3 weapons. So, I feel like I'm bagging on God of War, and don't think that at all. This game deserved every award that it got, but to me, this year, Elden Ring definitely deserved its respect for how polished of a game we got. Both games were done well, but the size and scope of Elden Ring, with no load times outside of the fast travel and death. Now you can say, well, there's no load times in God of War. Yeah, if you don't count the travel time spent on the root of the Yggdrasil tree, which is just a fancy loading screen. Barring that, sure, it doesn't have any load times other than in death. Now, this is all my opinion, obviously. And yes, I am a fan of Hidetaka Miyazaki's work, I don't deny this, so naturally I would be glad that he won. But here's the thing. I couldn't have cared less who won. If God of War had won, I would have been congratulating Santa Monica Studio for it. Not crying that it was rigged and that Elden Ring is the best game ever. I am not a fanboy of any game. I will admit that Elden Ring had flaws. Hell, I beat the Elden Beast before they patched him and fixed all the damn magic. Hell, I fought Radon before they nerfed him. That fight sent me running away with my tail tucked between my legs. Anyways, this has been my opinion. What's yours? Did you think that something else deserved Game of the Year? Perhaps you think it was God of War Ragnarok, or Stray, or A Plague's Tale. Let me know in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you here next time in the Twisted Nightmare Studio.